Oh, because he's an idiot. He doesn't get what a truly...
Hello, all.
Hello.
Good
Hello.
evening. Happy New Year.
Hello.
Hello, Lee.
Hi.
All right. Well, I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm expecting a few more people, but we're going to go ahead and get started. We have a huge slideshow tonight. 41 images. I think that's a new record. So I will be using the 2-minute timer tonight to keep things on schedule. Hello, Melinda.
Hi, folks.
We're going to get started. As I was just saying, we've got a big slideshow, and Happy New Year. The streams are running. The links are in the chat if you need them. I think we all know how this works. Let me share my screen while I set this up. Does anyone have any announcements? Anything they'd like to share with the group?
All right. Yep. Could show you guys one thing.
Sure. Did you want to take control of the screen?
No.
Okay.
Just. This is a Kodak camera. It's about as old as a W3. Fisheye lens. So shoots. So you've got two of them. You can shoot VR 180. Or in case of one picture I submitted, I used a 3D conversion. $60 on eBay now. It was like 900 when it was new.
And we'll be seeing a sample from that camera tonight. Is that right, Jay?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jay. If you're following along on Zoom, you should see the title slide. And our first image tonight is actually by Bob, who might be running a little bit late. I think the subject is pretty clear. We'll hear from Bob when he arrives. All right, moving forward. Jay, I think this is the image created with the camera that you were describing. Tell us again about how you created this image.
Jay, you're muted.
Sorry.
There we go.
I just stuck out the car window. I was a passenger. It's like one of the first things I shot with it. I just got it on Saturday. And I used Ren depth to convert it.
Wind depth, you said.
Ren, R-E-N.
Ren depth. I think you've shared that with us before.
Yes. So, yeah,
very
fun having a real fisheye.
Seems like it would be difficult. Seems like it would be difficult to get a good stereo result from such a wide angle lens.
It's standard for VR 180 films, videos you see. Yeah, the center is good stereo. The sides aren't, but when you're looking at it in a headset, it like covers where you can turn around. It's undistorted, yeah. So basically,
for some.
yeah. So basically, you're staring straight ahead for the most part.
Okay, so for VR, it seems to make good sense, but for still photos, it looks challenging.
Is it in pseudo right now?
I might have made a mistake.
It looks correct to me on my loom pad.
It looks correct to me.
Maybe it's just so because it's so unusual. Well, thank you, Jay. Yeah, that's a pretty convincing conversion, too. All right, let's move on to one by Lee. And it looks like we've got a soundtrack for this one. There we go. Autumn Waterfall is the title. And Lee, you're muted. Maybe Lee has stepped away.
No, I'm here, but my camera is not working. You will not see me.
All right. Well,
We
know what you look like.
Would you like me to talk about the image?
Sure. And I also have your comments if you would like me to read them.
Yes,
You did
go ahead.
provide comments. Sure. What I have for Autumn Waterfall is photographed in Little River Canyon National Preserve, Northeast Alabama.
It's really well framed. I like the foreground sort of leading into the background. I just wish there was a person or something for scale.
I think this is the first time I have cropped it that much. Usually I have sky and there's a bridge in the background and stuff like that. But this time I decided to crop it very, very short.
Yeah, I call it a success. It's very
The waterfall may be, I'm guessing, 30, 40 feet high.
And very nice synchronization, too.
beautiful.
Was this originally a wide shot like this, Lee, or is this the first time you're cropping it like this?
Yes, it was a very wide shot.
Very wide shot.
Very wide. Sky, lots of other things in it. Maybe even the bridge I was standing on.
Okay. Well, thank you, Lee. And welcome, Bob.
Hi there.
Our next photo is by Phyllis. Astra Lumina 8. Did I get that right, Phyllis?
Yes. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, loud and clear.
I was having trouble. I just got the audio back and it was I'm doing a computer switch and things are not working well. So,
well, it
anyway,
got fixed just in time.
This is a light show that was put on in Seattle over the holidays. And they have all these amazing spaces you walk through. And this one was absolutely perfect for 3D because it's coming right at you.
Yeah, incredible.
The hard
Did you
part is getting it
something
so it doesn't.
Nick or topaz?
I haven't used anything. This was straight out of the
How about that?
camera.
Did you use a filter over your lenses or something in order to get these rays, these beams?
No, you saw the rays when you were there. You were walking right through the rays. It was
Very
amazing.
nice.
They were on the ground. They were everywhere. This was with the X-Beam.
Oh, wow.
And my best ones, I haven't been able to get off my new X-Beam. I got a second one when they were on sale. I figured if I lost one, I'd have another. And I can't get the images off of it yet. I don't know why. They came beautifully off of the old one, but they're not coming off the new one. So I'll have to figure that one out. But I did a lot of these because it was just so exciting to be there.
That glowing background really helps set it off too. You might want a border.
I didn't hear that.
You might want a border since it's dark for most of the edges.
It was
A
pretty
border
much-
might help.
it was getting darker, and then they put some fog out, which is what caused made it easier to see, I guess.
It's lovely.
They had 9 different stages, and all different, whole different lighting sections in each one of them. It was really quite amazing.
Well, thank you, Phyllis. Melinda, we're getting a little bit of distortion from you, like some gain or something. I don't know what it is. It's like as if your volume is a little high. I don't know if there's anything you can do about it.
You can move the microphone further away. Does that help a little bit?
We'll see.
Oh, sorry about that.
I think it's a little better now. But let's move on to one by you, Melinda. Blue Hour Vanishing Point.
So this is down, I guess, the edge of the Presidio before the waterfront. And quite later than I usually go out. This was with my Beam Pro. I finally got one, and been having a lot of fun with that. And if I had done this with the hydrogen one, I would have been disappointed without getting enough depth. But the separation works really well for a subject like this, and I really love the volume goal lens. It's not that great with low light, as we know, but I was holding it pretty steady and was pretty happy with the snap. I was spent a lot of time trying to find the right framing and decided that this perfect vertical split was the most dramatic. The fact that it was raining gave that sort of dark line, so you can see where the rain came straight down through the middle. That's where I lined it up, and then I got these nice streaks behind the bus going by. So pretty happy with my first results.
And you're a little distorted. What camera did you use for this?
The Beam Pro.
Okay. Really nice.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you got a Beam Pro, Melinda. I can't wait to see what you do with it. And I think you'll still keep your hydrogen one in your back pocket, but this is going to open up a lot of shooting opportunities for you. This is fantastic.
Definitely, thank
It's
you.
really amazing having the 2 different halves of the image, and then the line of the fence and the roof joining together is just amazing.
Thank you.
Really nice.
Yeah, thank you, Melinda.
Yeah, good.
This next one is by me, and the title, which I've forgotten, is Bike Rack Arrangement. And I see these bike racks all over town, and I've tried to shoot them over the years, and I can never really find a composition that works. And here I think I found one. This was just a walk by with my twin Sodis. Yeah, let's move on. Welcome, Brian. Our next image is by you. Barcelona Toys will be coming up.
This is one of the first 3D photos that actually worked that I used my iPhone for. And because of the spacing of the lenses, it's pretty much limited to only close-up type stuff. So they had these guys lined up. It was like almost they made them for me.
So you're using the two of the lenses simultaneously on your iPhone, or is this like an app or something that you're using?
No, the iPhone has a provision to use a portion of the wide angle lens and the normal lens sensors to make a left and right eye. The problem is that the lenses are so close together, it doesn't really work for anything more than a few feet away. It's pretty much limited to kind of close up and macro type shots. And I tried a bunch of different ways, but the 3D at anything more than like 4 or 5 feet isn't very effective. And it's really hard with the software to get the image to be a left and a right eye separate, which allows you to maybe manipulate a little bit. You're kind of limited to a couple of softwares that allow you to actually render it out in 3D. One by Apple and one by this crazy dude.
So there is an official app for extracting the information from the two lenses?
Yes.
Well,
you can render it out inside of the Apple sort of environment, and there's a guy who has a spatial 3D software that allows you to export it.
Well, I'd love to hear more. We will we'll move on for now, but let's see if we can make some time to get some more information about that. Until then, we have one by Herb. Now, Herb's are conversions tonight, and I think Herb will also explain to us that these are AI generated.
Yeah.
And
so,
let me put the link in the chat to your Mid-Journey cats.
Yeah. Okay.
Take it away, Herb.
Okay. So basically, this is generated using Mid-Journey, which generates different styles of images, photos, sketches, oil paintings. You tell it what you want. So the prompt I used was photograph of a cat wearing a hat walking at the beach seashore. And Midjourney generates only 2D images. So then I used Owl 3D to convert this to 3D.
And did you prompt it with a photo of a cat, or did Midjourney create this cat from its imagination?
Midjourney created this cat. So when you use Midjourney, each time you put in a prompt, you'll get 4 different images, and sometimes you'll get one, image that you like out of the 4. Very, very rarely you'll get more than one that you like out of the 4. And on other occasions, you have to say, not what I want at all, and either put the same prompt in again or refine the prompt. When you put in a prompt to Midjourney, it uses a random seed with 4 billion possibilities. So you put the same prompt in again, you'll get something completely different.
Herb, Owl 3D, does it use all of the left or right image, or does it change both of them when it makes 2?
I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
When when I tried using OWL 3D, I have the middle version. It seems to create a new left and right, but that's just my assumption based on my own images.
Yeah, there are lots of options, and in the book I talk exactly what options I use, so you can see exactly what I did.
And we have some more of Herb's Midjourney cats coming up, so Herb will be picking your brain with more questions about this technique that you've developed. But first, let's look at one by Roberto. Hello, Roberto. I'm pretty sure we haven't seen any of these. I know you asked that. This is Autumn Saturday.
Yes, and this was one that I took from the very productive October that I made a lot of photos. And this was one of the journeys, well, the photo walks that we took that month. And this was one when we were moving from a location to another location. And this girl stopped to ask for about a book in this part. This is a cemetery. If you see on the left, there's a cemetery. But before we get into the cemetery, she stopped and asked, and I really like this photo. This composition, and with my RXOs, I took this picture, and I really like all the details of this photo.
Great 3D effect.
Yeah, it's a
Yes, I
very
love
nice.
the practicity of the RXOs. You have to snap and take it. Well, I as you know, I almost always use program mode in these cameras, and they really work well for me. I only have to compensate sometimes, because if it is really bright or dark, I only have to compensate the exposure. And with this, I really believe it worked well. With this, I really believe it worked.
And great color too.
With this, I really.
Sorry about that.
I think you darkened the images too. That gives a nice effect. The only suggestion I would make is to pull the stereo window a little bit forward. The man on the right is in front of the window a little.
Sorry, I didn't get all the.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either.
I think,
I'm sorry. I wish I knew what was going on.
Melinda, I think you have the wrong microphone selected in Zoom. If you can go to your settings, maybe that's it.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
And Roberto, I think what Melinda was suggesting is to adjust the horizontal alignment a bit, so that the person in the right corner is a bit behind the window.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, I will try that.
Very nice. Thank you.
Did anything change?
Oh yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, a lot.
Good.
Now we can hear you loud and clear. Sometimes Zoom makes up its own mind about your configuration.
Oh, great
Hello,
suggestion.
Ed. Welcome. Up next is Lichen, I guess. And I'm pretty sure this is Lichen. And if you're available, you're muted.
Oh, there. Okay.
There he is. Say it.
Is that working now? Okay. Sorry. This was, yeah, I guess it's a lichen. I don't know. But it was in the rain and the winds, these twigs and stuff blew down from the tree in my yard, and they were, wet. And so the color of the bark was kind of red, saturated red. And then they were all covered with these, moss and so forth. And so I just I just picked up a stick off the ground and took about 6 or 8 pictures, and I just kind of like this one. Just for scale, those little mushroom caps there, about from, well, the whole frame is about 3/8 of an inch.
Wow.
Just for scale.
You did this under your microscope?
Yeah, that's under the stereo microscope.
Stereo microscope. Well, I think a lot of us here will recognize this as lichen, because we had a lichen micro stereo photographer with us for quite a few years. And this definitely looks familiar. So thank you for sharing it. It's very otherworldly.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Ed. Keep them coming. Next, let's take a look at one by Oleg. Hello, Oleg.
Hello, I just lost the scene.
Well, I can tell you the title. Do you want me to come back to this one? Do you want to restart your
yeah,
TV
please
or
come
computer?
back to it. I got to restart.
Sure, you got it. We'll be back. While you're restarting, Bob, we have one by you coming up.
Joke.
It is Tow Truck Jesus.
I just lost you here. Where'd we go? There we are. Zoom. Okay, great.
That's funny.
Yeah, this, I never expected to see Jesus, but he appeared to me in downtown San Rafael. I was driving along and this tow truck pulled up right in front of me and just reminded me of the Statue of Christ in Rio.
Yeah.
Great
I did a
title.
quick cha-cha with my iPhone.
Actually, I have a suggestion for an alternate title if you use it for anything else.
Yeah, I have a couple in the wings too. I wanted to do a play on the I forgot what the official title is of the Rio statue. It's Cristo something, but
Christ the Redeemer.
yeah, right.
Yeah, my suggestion is who would Jesus tow?
Yeah. Cute.
That must have been a fast cha-cha. I mean, this looks like moving traffic. I guess the brake lights are on, but
yeah, I don't think I did anything. I might have brightened the tail light on that car on the right, but that's about it. I did run some filters just to brighten things up. It was kind of dark, but yeah, no, I'm proud of getting this cha-cha because it was in traffic and the car wasn't stopped for very long.
I like your nice tight framing too.
Thanks.
That helps.
Yeah, I thought for a minute they had some special religious tribute sculpture that they had done, but that is an actual device they use for picking up cars.
that's the engineering.
Yeah.
Title really makes it.
All right, thanks, Bob.
Sure.
Oleg, how you doing? You need more time?
No, I'm fine. I'm back.
Okay, we're going to go back if you're following along with the downloaded images slideshow. We're now on image 12. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We were on 12. Now we're on 11. Fallen Leaves Among Main Gate Drive.
Yeah, what happened was beautiful trees around. Anyway, they I didn't take a picture then, and then when I went back the next day, all the leaves were down. So I didn't have an autumn this year.
Well, you've got one there in the background, one
Yeah, that was the
pulled
last
out.
one that had some leaves on it. And this road is about a mile long, and there was nothing. It was all trees, and the next day there was none.
Must have had wind.
It was rainy.
Yeah, we had an autumn without wind, and the leaves seemed to cling on, and then we had a rain, and they all came down at once. A big soggy mess. I think Oleg, you effectively captured the aftermath of that. It's very autumnal. All right, thank you, Oleg. Let's move on to image 13 in our slideshow. This one is by Jay.
Okay, so
I think it's pseudo.
It might be.
Let's see.
Can that be reversed?
I can. It is pseudo. Yeah, let me flip that. Please remind me, because I know I'll forget to swap it back, but it will pop into the correct view in just a moment if it hasn't already. And Jay, I believe you took this with your Loom Pad too?
Correct. So I went to the Dickens Fair, which is at the Cow Palace. A wonderful experience. I was really impressed. Lots of good photographic opportunities, but just not enough light. I think, I'm not sure if this one or others I have, there's a new third-party app which just lets you set manual exposures, manual white balance. So they do a really nice job, better than the Loom Pad built-in app.
Yeah, you were saying that there wasn't a lot of light here, but this looks perfectly exposed to me.
This particular area, yeah, well lit.
Okay.
Most of the others, not so much.
And I think you told us about this app, or I know you've been discussing it on the main 3D discussion board. And I see you just put Dickens Fair in the chat. Thank you. If you can, put the link to that app also. I think you have in the past. Something I definitely want to try.
Yeah, it's in the Photo 3D.
It's in, okay. That's where to find it.
Group.
Well, it's a lovely photo. I love the mirror. It adds. It adds a lot of depth.
That was the shot. Yeah.
It seems to make a statement too. I like that. I also noticed that she's looking at the camera.
Yeah, I think she was waiting for me to finish. The vendors have to be in costume and, be part of the whole environment.
Yeah, this one really tells a story. It's looks to me like she's trying them on.
Yeah, I think she was one of the workers who was getting the mask for someone else.
Very effective. Thank you, Jay. Lee, we have one by you coming up next. Flowers at North Window. And the description I have is Monument Valley, standing in Arizona, and looking into Utah.
Yes, that's correct.
You need to flip the pseudo back.
Oh, thank you. Yes. See, I told you you'd have to remind me.
Pseudo.
It's already slipped my mind. Okay, that will pop into the correct view in just a few
Yes,
minutes.
it's an old film slide, and I can see lots of trash in the sky. Looks like from here. I don't think you'll ever see flowers there again because so many people walk there now.
What year was this taken, Lee?
Who knows?
Great depth. Lee, I don't know if you're using Photoshop or if you're using Photoshop Creative Cloud, but the new denoise tool in Camera Raw, if you're interested, will clean up that sky. Even a JPEG, even a scan of a transparency.
Okay, I normally use Topaz or Nick processes. And what's the one you named? D-Scan?
Descan, it's just in Photoshop, it's just the denoise filter.
Okay.
It's in the
Okay.
Camera Raw
Regular
filter.
Photoshopping. Thanks.
Yeah, sometimes the filtering in Topaz is really hard to control. I use Topaz a lot, and sometimes I have to turn it off because when it bites into the image, it creates like way too many artifacts, and even if you turn down the gain on it, it still kind of messes with your picture too much sometimes. Depends on the image and the grain.
One of the problems I have is always getting the images small enough to meet the 2 meg or 3 meg or whatever the different clubs want as competition. I wish that could be a lot higher myself.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I think we can discuss that for the Golden Gate Stereoscopic Society. You know, I think what's our limit right now? 2 megabytes, something like that. I think that's probably a holdover from earlier times when bandwidth and hard disk space was more limited.
And
I can't think
dial-up
of any
modems.
reason not to increase that size.
Well, I mean, I don't have a strong feeling about the data size of the images, but the resolution I'd like to go larger if we could.
We might need to do that at some point. We will discuss this, but Lee, thanks for bringing that up. I don't see any reason why we can't change that moving forward.
Okay.
So stand by for an announcement, and thank you for sharing this photo. Phyllis, you're up next with Astra Lumina 10.
I couldn't decide which one I liked better. So any suggestions would be appreciated.
Well, I like the first one better because it's more comfortable to view.
Okay.
It does have one sort of ray that's poking me in the eye, but this one is more extreme.
I'd really like to see this on a big screen, see how far out it comes.
It's very effective on the loom pad, which does through the window compositions like this pretty well generally. This one I find is a little spookier, a little more mysterious than.
I think there's more fog in it.
Yeah, and it's a little softer, I think.
Yeah.
The figures are a little bit more indistinct.
It was amazing to be standing inside of all of these rays, and they made sparkles on the ground, and it was just an incredible experience.
Were they lasers or just regular lights?
I think so. I don't know. It didn't hurt to look at them apparently. they wouldn't be able to do it otherwise. So
Yeah, lasers would be dangerous.
yeah, I think they
I
must have
think
just
they're
been really
pin
small lights.
spotlights. You can't shine lasers at people's eyes.
Yeah.
And I did at them.
Yes, and cameras can be damage the sensor, so it's not recommended.
Don't photograph lasers directly.
Especially green lasers.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's the dangerous one.
Which one?
Green?
Green?
It's because it's near the center of the color and your eyes should really absorb it.
I see.
The standard laser safety sign is do not stare into laser with remaining eye.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Phyllis. Yeah, these are remarkable. All right. Coming up next is one by Melinda. Kusi cakes, is that right, Melinda?
No, Susie cakes.
Susie cakes. There it is. I can see it on the t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'll fix that. Let me fix that in the poll real quick. But tell us about the image.
Oh, it's just a little shop up on Union Street here, and I took a walk out there one rainy night and saw this lovely composition in the window. He was just set up shop making these cookies in the window, and I took a few shots, but I kept noticing that whatever I did, I kept getting glare from the lights outside, and so this time I placed the camera directly against the glass, and I covered the top edge where light was leaking into the lenses, and this time it worked. So it's like there's no glass at all.
Yeah, it's very
but I could only
sharp.
shoot at that one angle. Mhm.
Very nice focus from front to back.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this new camera, especially the wide angle lens, because I'm really close up to this guy, but it's still comfortable to view. That's very impressive to me.
That's a Beam Pro?
I think that's the sweet spot for the camera, Melinda. Exactly this kind of composition here. You could get close, and if you get close enough, you get a tremendous stereo effect, and it's supported by those wide lenses.
Yeah, that's the best part. I'm having fun with that.
Yeah, great capture. And very seasonal, too. All right, thanks, Melinda. Oh, let's move on to one by me. I had mentioned that I've tried shooting these bike racks over the years and could never seem to find a composition that worked. And this month I found two of them. This is a bike rack at the Embarcadero. I was sitting on I guess like a bench, setting up my cameras, and this just happened in front of me. It was actually the first photo I took of the day, and I thought it was kind of nice. I think it has a good 3D effect. Those receding hoops, these circular racks.
Reminds me of that time tunnel TV show,
Right.
where people jump into the tunnel and they go back in time.
It's kind of like a spiral, right?
Time
Oh,
travel.
yeah. What is it?
Time travelers.
Time
I think-
travelers.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, it's Time Tunnel.
time tunnel. They
Irwin
go.
Allen Productions, 70s. I never watched it, but
Irwin Allen, yes. Doesn't quite hold up, but we
same
all
guy who
remember
did
that
Voyage
tunnel
to the Bottom of the Sea.
and Lost in Space.
I still get them on TV.
Well, this works really well. I like the moment that you captured, and it's a great 3D subject.
Thanks. Yeah, I just feel lucky that I was in the right place at the right time for this one. Not a planned shot at all. Thank you. Brian, you're up next. This is F-18 Camarillo.
Yeah, it's from the Camarillo Air Show.
Camarillo.
This is also done with my iPhone, using its left and right software that they have built into it. And again, these are extracted from their directly from the phone through this the Crazy Guy software, Spatial-Fi, it's called. I should probably put that in chat. But
yeah, if you could, I was just going to look it up, but that would be great. Brian, how far away were you from the nose of this aircraft? You must have been pretty close.
About maybe 18 inches.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And again, these are done, they're actually output directly from my phone. And the phone software, Spatial-Fi, does both video and stills. I haven't played with the video, but again, because of the interocular between the two lenses, there's not a lot of depth if you move more than like 4 or 5 feet. But if you can get really close, then you can make it work.
Yeah.
Brian, are you familiar with i3D Movie Cam for the iPhone? You might look into that. That's a similar process, but I think it gives a little more depth, and it'll do also stills or video. And I often do the video and then just do screen grabs from the left and right.
Yeah, well, I've actually played around with, I haven't got it to work yet, just taking the left and the right side and bringing them in Stereo Photo Maker.
Right.
But not so far.
we will hear more, and I have more questions, Brian. But very nice. Thanks for sharing. And it's got depth throughout, subtle in the back, but very effective. Herb, this is Hiding in Christmas Tree, another Mid-Journey conversion.
Look at the
Herb,
lights
you're
in
muted.
the cat's eyes.
Okay, thank you.
There we go.
So basically, let me just mention the book is a free PDF download. So you download it and it's a PDF, and all the prompts that I gave are underneath the image in the book. So this is a color photograph of a cat hiding in a Christmas tree where he should not be.
Lee, you had said something about the reflection in the eyes.
Yes, look how many lights are in the cat's eyes.
Some nice highlights.
Nice image.
Thank you.
And the conversion did a pretty good job with the individual needles. It looks like it rendered an artificial tree, but there's a lot of texture here.
Well, it's nice that it blurred out the foreground too. That gave a nice bokeh effect.
And Midjourney seems to really like the bokeh effect. You have to work very hard, and I do have one image where I was able to eliminate that, but you have to work really hard to do that. And the technique for eliminating that is also in the book. I try and share all the information in the book for people who are curious about the technique.
And the link again is in the chat to the Midjourney Cats PDF, the book download. And Herb, you update this regularly, monthly, it seems.
I try and do it every couple weeks. It's actually been a couple weeks since the last update, so it's really due. But I was just so busy during the Christmas season. But I hope to get another update next week or two.
All right. Well, there's more and more added regularly, so be sure to check it out. Yeah. Very effective. Thank you, Herb. And Herb has inspired me to do my own, which I'll share at a future time. But until then, let's hear from Roberto. And the image coming up is titled Balloon Lady.
Yes, this was also another photo walk during October, as you can see. And I really love this one because I believe this in black and white, it's a little bit subtle. Maybe with color, you have a lot of noise. You have many things with many colors, and with this black and white image, you can focus on the lady. This was while I was playing when I was developing the image. I moved the saturation all the way to 0, and I really like the result. This was with my 2QX1, so Sony, with a 30 millimeters lens that it's equivalent to a 45.
Mm-hmm.
Did you consider doing any selective colorization on this? I mean, keeping the color in her outfit and retaining black and white?
Yes, all the lady was wearing like different kind of purples, and I got this recommendation a lot that maybe the girl with like trying to keep the focus on her, but I like this more because I believe it's like more subtle. With colors, I like it, but with black and white, there's a lot of contrast. But well, maybe I will work with a different version of this one.
Yeah, share it with us if you do.
Sure.
I like that she's kind of isolated. She doesn't really match her environment. It's a nice, you mentioned contrast. It's a nice contrast of subject also.
Thank you.
She is a little bit in front of the window. I don't know if that was intentional or not. You'll probably hear that too. Thank you, Roberto.
It was a happy, yeah.
Excellent. Oleg.
Yes,
Oleg, we have one by you coming up next. And the title is Pedestrian Crossing of San Pablo Boulevard.
I like the pedestrians in the anyway, that's what attracted me to it.
Stuff.
I just noticed that. That's funny.
Well, you have some nice illumination happening here. What time of day was this, Oleg?
About noontime.
Really? Wow. Was it an overcast day? I would expect
No,
to see like harsh shadows.
No, it was sunny. I flattened the colors somewhat.
Well, it's a nice even exposure.
Yeah, the whole bottom left part was in complete darkness. So that I had to do some work there.
Did you bring the shadows up? Shadow highlights?
No, I forget you call it, but it does the same thing.
I think you use the curves, if I'm not mistaken.
Curves. Yeah, that's what I used.
And there's one of those bike racks that I'm after this month. Very nice. Thank you, Oleg.
Thank you.
Bob, you're up next. And I have your notes. This is a conversion.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob, I'll let you explain it, but you had mentioned that this one and the following image are part of a planned show of custom cards that you have made for 3D friends. Tell us about this.
Yeah, well, this is, for those who are familiar with this gentleman, this is Ken Burgess and some of his inventions. He's a wonderful guy, and he just happens to resemble Buffalo Bill, so I stuck him into this Wild West poster and traded a buffalo for a koala because he's kind of a sweet guy. And just experimenting to see, these weren't meant to be 3D, but I want to present a little show at 3D Con, and they do require 3D. So I've been experimenting with converting these to 3D.
Now, is it just my imagination, or did you actually create some 3D in his tattoo?
No. Well, that might be the, that I'm trying to remember if that was shot in 3D. That I think was a conversion as well. So it may have exaggerated. That is his tattoo. Nothing was changed there, but I think Immersity may have been used. I did separate elements of each. That's Ken as a child with his sled down in the bottom right.
And you certainly would have converted that, right? I mean,
yeah.
What are you using to convert?
This was a lot of Immersity, but I also had an assist from Harold Bays has been working with me on these, and he did Ken in the background there, and I think he's using Depth Anything.
I think that's the second time we've heard of Depth Anything this evening.
Yeah, I've been trying to get to Owl 3D and having trouble signing up there. Keeps sending me codes that don't work, so I'll have to keep working at it.
Well, this is very nice, Bob. It's good to know that 2D to 3D conversions are a competitive industry, and enough people are interested in it that there are multiple options, because that tells me it's going to get better.
So
and it has been getting better.
One thing everybody should know about Harold is he is not satisfied with the automatic conversion. So he starts with an automatic conversion, and then he'll spend hours tweaking the details to get it just perfect.
Yeah, I've been doing the same with cutting and pasting in Photoshop and creating multiple layers And it was easy for some of the stuff like the type layers on the top. I could adjust their position in space. I'm not sure I like everything about it. I may want to combine some of the layers so it's not all over the place.
Well, if you have another version to show us, we'd love to see it.
Will
Thank
do.
you, Bob.
Sure.
Jay, coming up
Yeah.
next is one by you. I think this is a Loom Pad 2 shot. Thinking
Correct.
It's
is the
pseudo.
title.
It might be
Pseudo.
pseudo.
Is it pseudo? Let's
Yeah.
let's see. Okay, I can fix that.
I had an issue with my monitor.
It happens to the best of us. There we go. It will correct itself in just a minute.
Where is
Okay.
this?
So I put in the chat the link to where it is. It's in Half Moon Bay. They've got dinosaur sculptures, tons of statues, garden sculptures, some beautiful ceramics. So you'll see more pictures over the next few months.
Very cool.
Yeah, really good place to shoot. And yes, using that third-party app, just straight picture, didn't really need to do anything to it.
Yeah, it's a really nice arrangement, and you have such nice, even exposure. It must have been an overcast day, I'm guessing.
Yes, yeah, it was rainy, so that really worked out for me.
Are those price tags on this?
I think so.
They're ready to be taken home. Yeah, a lot of personality in those faces, and
Yeah.
great composition.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. All right, Lee, coming up next is one by you. The title is Slinky. One plastic multicolored slinky with a caution that this is a risque image. And Lee is posing the question. Let's give him some feedback. What do we think about writing on the front of the image, as he has done with this one? Oh, and I need to swap this back. This is now pseudo. Let me fix that. There we go. And that will be fixed.
Right before this meeting, I was on the Ohio meeting, and I showed them this and asked them the same question. Only one person said, take the sign off. It's not my name. It's not the title of the image. And I think I originally made this for a stereo card, which the old ones have titles on the front.
I think it's fine.
Does the PSA have any rules about using text with an image, Lee? Do you know? I'm unaware of any rules.
I'm not sure, but the only people that have a right to say anything would be the 3D division. I don't know.
My understanding is that as long as it doesn't identify the photographer on the front.
Well, I think without the sign, without the caption, you would lose the humor in this image. Because clearly you had a creative vision. You're telling a story. For me, without that caption, it's a nice stereo photo, but it's more of an abstract type still life. Maybe my mind isn't filthy enough to pick up on the joke without the caption.
And the answer to the question is carefully.
Yeah, it's a good point. It is a question. Lee, do you remember any technical details about making this image? How it was lit, how it was shot?
No, it was on a yellow, yellow paper background. And it could be a lot sharper than it is. It's been redone and redone many, many times.
But it was originally a print, a card.
It was originally a print, and it's only one Slinky. So you have some more comments about risque.
All right. Thank you, Lee. Phyllis, you're up next with Astra Lumina Prophecy.
This was, I think, about the third station into this. You can see in the background, there's lots of other things going on. Directly behind this, there's a huge tower that's lit up. But they had several of these that had different, some of them had sayings on them. I just loved how the lights worked on the, it's a metal sculpture that has holes through it, a metal tube, I believe, that they put holes through, which is why it has the design on it. But they had the trees lit up too, which I thought was pretty nice. And it does look like it's floating because it is. It's on a pole, so the edges are out in the open. I think this is probably about a 12-acre piece of property that's normally a Chinese garden that they put this structures up in just for 3 months.
Beautiful.
And this one really needs the stereo. Looking at it flat, it's really hard to discern the shape of that cylinder. About how large is it? You said this was with your Beam Pro?
Yeah, it's about, I'd say that it stands about 6 feet high, so it's about a little over 4 feet, the actual structure, by about 3.5 feet or 3 feet. So it's quite large. The tree behind it's probably a 30-foot tree, so. And I didn't have much of the foreground in this one, but there's sprinkles all over, light sprinkles all over the foreground.
All right. Well, a very successful shooting excursion and very nice low light performance from that camera too.
Yeah, this was all in the dark, and I didn't use, flash or anything. It was just straight holding it still.
Hold your breath.
Yep. No tripod.
Melinda, tell us about this lovely portrait. The title is Robin.
Yeah, Robin is an old friend of mine at the my favorite table tennis club, and this was my very first outing to test out the camera. I tried a bunch of action shots of people playing table tennis, but this was when I pulled out my camera, and the first thing I did was just pointed at Robin here, and it was kind of funny because I'm just sort of fooling around with framing it and playing with the different options and stuff, and he's looking at me, and then he very slowly starts making this very sour expression, and of course I grabbed the image as soon as I saw what was happening. And I was glad that I took it then, because then he continued to change his expression and stick his tongue out and got pretty wild. So I think I got it just right.
How far are you from his nose?
Just inches. It's probably way too close, but this was just experimenting with the limits.
Awesome.
I'm actually kind of surprised it works as well as it does. I mean, it's really just is less than a foot away.
Yeah, I think it works for him. What bothers me a bit is the chairs in the background. It would be nice if just do a remove tool on those.
Yeah, it probably is a bit too much disparity between the foreground and background. And even the foreground, I mean, his face is really stretched out. His nose is much too pointy.
Yeah, but his expression kind of fits that kind of exaggerated depth. That doesn't bother me. The fact that you can see so much of the chairs in the right chip that you don't see in the left creates
that's a good point.
anomalies for me.
Did you see a sign that said "move back, please"? That shows up on
I
mine
do.
a lot.
It does.
Close.
Yeah, it shows up sometimes too. I just ignore that.
Well, it's a worthy experiment, and of course, you would have had different results with your hydrogen 1 for this one. So that's why I say keep it in your back pocket.
Good point. Thanks.
Thanks, Melinda. I've got one coming up next. The title is part of the image, SMU. I like these types of signs. They're all over the city, but I seldom make successful photos of them. There's usually nothing happening around them. And this one was interesting because the building was under construction and there happened to be this temporary fence in front of it when I walked by one day. And we had some nice light. It's backlit with some reflected light. And over the course of a week, I took several photos of this sign, but this is the one that I kept because of the light. I took several photos of the same composition, but it was pretty dull with just overhead light or light from behind me. And that's all I have to say about it.
I love the multiple fences in front of it. Does it ever occur to you to remove items like that leaf?
You know, I'm too lazy, and it's too bad because I have Photoshop Creative Cloud with object removal and all that.
I don't know. I kind of like the leaf. There, it gives a little bit of nature in this kind of sterile, industrial-looking set, and the shadows are fantastic. Love those.
Shadows are great.
I think that's what attracted me to it. Yeah. Well, Bob, I'll take your advice and I'll leave the leaf there. That won't be a struggle for me. And I took this with my X-Reel Beam Pro.
In Texas, that would be Southern Methodist University.
As it is in Oakland, they've built a high-rise. That's the Southern Methodist University building behind this sign. Yeah, I guess they're expanding. All right, thank you all. Brian, coming up next is one by you. Porsche 962. 962. I'm sure you'll correct me with the correct name.
That is the name. That's just the model number. There's actually
962.
both of those are the same type of car. This is a film shot from I think 98 from the vintage car races. They let me stand around while they tried to tweak all the little pieces of those cars to make them go.
Incredible.
Very sharp.
This
Now-
is from my dual Nikon film cameras.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like the the two guys bookending the composition. I would suggest getting rid of the guy's dandruff in the back. Maybe.
I'll take a look at his dandruff.
It's just one piece, so it should be easy.
And you've got a great through the window effect with the I guess that's the front of the vehicle, or maybe it's the
No,
back.
it's the back. That's they're both rear engine cars. They're actually mid engine.
Yeah, I see that now. Yeah. Very,
That extension piece in the very back, the aluminum bar, that's just for the body to be mounted in the back to keep it from blowing off.
By the way, the dandruff is a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah, it might be.
Oh, I didn't notice.
It's just got a glint in the light. That's all.
Well, great scan to capture that detail.
Yeah, it's one of my early scanners before it gave it up. One of 5 that I used to use.
Wow.
They all died, I think, from overuse.
Well, they died doing what they loved.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this does, I presume you're using your Nikons. This must be a bit hyper because you probably couldn't get the lenses too close together.
Yeah, I had a pair of Nikon N70 film cameras, which is the cheapest Nikon that had a remote port on the front. And the interocular on them is about 125 millimeters.
Okay.
And most of the film stuff I shot with them is shot with a pair of 28 millimeter lenses, which sort of offset a little bit the excessive interocular.
Bit wide.
Yeah, but if you don't get too close, it comes out okay.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing it, Brian. Very nice. And we have a conversion from Herb. This is photorealistic Great Wall. Oh, you're muted, Herb. You'll have to start over. Sorry.
Thank you. So I had actually numbered the photos and I had intended this one to be shown last, but it doesn't matter. We'll talk about it anyway. So basically, it takes quite a bit of effort to get a mid-journey photo to be entirely in focus. And the entire prompt is shown in the book, but basically you have to use a whole lot of keywords in a whole right order, but you have to say a photorealistic landscape photograph designed for 3D conversion, then tell what's in the foreground, what's in the midground, what's in the background, and then say the entire scene from extreme foreground to horizon is ultra sharp focus with deep depth of field, f/22 aperture, hyperfocal distance, no bokeh, infinite focus, incredibly high texture detail, 8K resolution photography. and basically that wasn't my creation. I got that information from somebody else, and I credited him in the book with the information. But it's so much effort to put all that stuff in. I've only used it for a very small number of photos, because so many of them I just don't care if there's, you know, the bokeh effect. But anyway, the point is it's possible to get rid of it if you go to extreme efforts.
So Herb, after you were done with the image, you still ran it through OWL to make it into 3D?
That is correct, because Midjourney will only generate 2D. It will never generate 3D. So if you want 3D, you have to do some conversion. And so I use OWL 3D.
Yeah,
I
'cause I-
think RenDepth uses the same algorithm, but I wasn't able to get RenDepth working on my computer with the Mac. So
yeah, I'm just now trying to use Midjourney.
so there's a lot of information in the book that'll get you started.
Yeah, that's.
Final-
Go ahead, Melinda.
Just one last question. Is the cat carrying a camera?
Yeah, it is. So yeah, I did say, so it says cat standing on its hind legs, dressed as a tourist, holding a camera, exploring the Great Wall of China.
Maybe
That's
a
how
tourist
tourists-
from Tibet.
Well, I mean, you know, basically you get what you get from Midjourney, so that's what it thinks a tourist looks like.
Well, the stereo effect is very impressive, and you did convince it to give you a deep focus photo. I've done my own experiments with Nano Banana Pro, and I will share some of those experiments at a later time. Very nice, Herb. Thank you. Let's hear from Oleg. Oleg, I did get your replacement for this image, so that's the one. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Roberto is up next. We are on image 30 in tonight's slideshow. Sorry about that. Kiss is the title.
Yes, this image I took it with my W3, my Fuji, and this, as maybe some of you recognize, is San Diego, and this is close to the port, and this is a carrier. I don't know the name of the carrier, but this is a sculpture of this famous photo in New York after the World War II finish, and I really like this one. All the people in front of the sculpture give a little bit of scale, and if I don't get it wrong, I use the zoom of the Fuji, that I usually don't use it because I don't like use the zoom in the Fuji, but I like the result. I didn't edit this photo. I believe the colors are a little bit washed, but as I took it, is here with you.
I believe that's the Midway.
Yes.
The carrier. Yeah.
You're right. Yes, it's easy for us to cross from Tijuana to San Diego, so I used to cross it frequently, not right now.
Not right. Makes sense. Yeah, understood. Roberta, do you shoot often with your W3? Is that still a camera in your tool chest?
Sometimes I have to, actually. I like that you don't have to deal with two cameras and process them separately. So it's a little bit more lean process, but I don't like the quality of the picture because it's an old camera. I believe those are CCDs instead of CMOS sensors, so it's a different technology. I like the results, but I don't like the quality of the picture. But I carry sometimes my W3s.
Well, it's a camera that kind of defined stereo photography for a number of years, and I can recognize a W3 photo, that quality that you describe.
Yes, the CCD feeling is a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can miss it.
Oh, very nice. Great depth. Thanks for
Thank you.
All right, I was getting ahead of myself. Sorry about that, Oleg. Now, coming up is Taylor Swift pop-up book with border. Oleg, take it away.
Yeah, I was going to give that to my cousin's kids, but I decided to keep it just to study how they use the 3D. And looking at it now, yeah, I had a thought about changing, doing a reverse. Everybody's doing 2D to 3D conversions. And I'm thinking of doing, starting with the stereo picture and flattening out some of the objects, like these pop-up books.
That's an interesting idea.
If pop-up books are a subject you're exploring, you should talk to Tor Klippert. He has a substantial collection of pop-up books. Maybe you can convince him to photograph them.
Well, on this, there was about 4 pages, and this is the only page that was a decent 3D composition.
It looks like there's something kind of funny happening on the left with the background. It seems to be angled and coming through the window a little bit. Was that intentional?
No, that was supposed to be that's my carpet along the bottom. Yeah, I didn't notice that it was coming out.
Might have gotten distorted or something.
Yeah, it's actually in front of that left panel.
Yeah, it's evident on the loom pad. But that tends to accentuate things like that. Well, thank you, Oleg. All right. We've been rapidly going through these photos. How's everybody holding up? We are on schedule. As I mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, we have a large slideshow tonight, and I've been pushing everyone a bit harder than I usually do. We're on time. I appreciate everyone sticking with the timer, and we will. I just want to make sure that everyone has enough time to share their photos. Let's go on to one by Bob. This is another conversion. UFOs revealed. Bob, what's the story here?
This is Abe Pearlstein, and I just loved his hat. It looked like a flying saucer to me, so I stuck him on a version of the National Enquirer that I composed. And me as an astronaut up there, I had from one of a previous holiday card that I put out.
Hey, who's the birthday boy?
That's Abe.
Oh.
So did you do, is this also a collaborative effort, Bob? Was this
Yes.
one
Yes.
you did with Harold?
Yes. Uh-huh.
The
But mostly I used Immersity on this, and again did separate areas. Harold did most of the top, and I'm not sure. I don't want to flatten out that a little bit and just have the 3D happening in the main part of the magazine. That's why I wanted to show it tonight to get some feedback on it. But I don't know if it needs all of the different layers.
You need some more cows.
Yes, right. More cowbells or more cow?
Or cowbell too.
Yes, right.
Well, what do we think
Yeah, I can
about
put
that
another
top
cow in
section?
there.
I thought it was aliens and twisters and government helicopters that steal cows.
Yeah, no. Hats as well, I guess.
Cows are very popular.
Yeah.
Everybody wants one.
Exactly.
Well, I like the 3D work at the upper quarter, that sort of headline area.
Okay.
I especially like the 3D astronaut. I think it works. I don't think it's too much. It certainly is fantastic. It's not something that you could reproduce any other way.
It's slightly confusing to me because the astronaut is behind the R, and yet the yellow is like in front of the black background. So it's, it doesn't have like the logic of the depth.
Yeah, I think the astronaut could be closer to the window.
Any other thoughts for Bob or feedback about this this piece?
I like the border. I think it supports it really well, and I'm kind of thinking that I prefer with these kinds of images to have nothing coming through the window. I can't say why exactly, but I like the the UFOs revealed is sort of like exactly on the stereo window, and then everything else is sort of behind it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I was thinking I would move Birthday Boy Abducted back to the window as well.
Yeah, it was just sort of bugging me for a while. I couldn't figure out why.
Well,
But,
it's kind of, I find it a little distracting to have all of these different 3D layers going on at once. Kind of takes away from the main subject there. And I don't think it needs to have it all. I think the real NSA is nice to have that a little forward. And if I think I can fix the astronaut and move Birthday Boy back a little bit, I think it'll work a lot better. Also, didn't know if I had to add special 3D edition or something to indicate that we are not looking at a National Enquirer normal issue here.
Well, he's got the Anaglyph glasses.
Yeah.
In fact, there are 2 pairs of Anaglyph glasses
exactly
in this graphic. All right. Thanks, Bob.
Sure.
Jay, we had the time tunnel, and from you is the time machine.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
It might be pseudo.
It's pseudo.
Is it pseudo? Let's fix that. Stand by.
I was just watching this movie today.
Oh.
Great movie.
Yeah.
So the same cow power sticks in fair. So this the guy set up so you could take your picture in it. No, and he just charged to shoot it with your phone. But very nice replica. And yeah, I think those were just other guests who came dressed up.
Do you know the history of this replica? It's not one of the models used in the movie.
I didn't ask. I am assuming it's homemade.
It looks great. I mean, it looks very, very much like the one in the movie.
The two people sitting in the time machine seem period appropriate also. They're wearing the right clothes, and
it's like Renfest. People dress up for it.
they're sort of looking into the future. And this was also with your loom pad too, using
Yes.
the third-party camera app.
I'm not sure. If this was near the beginning when I started shooting, so I think I was using the regular camera app.
Well, you've got really nice illumination on it too. It's nice and sharp throughout, and
yeah, this is one that he set up the lights.
Yeah,
because he's shooting.
Really nice. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Lee, coming up next from you, Wild Flocks. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes.
Wild Flocks.
Photographed, I think, in Tennessee. I know what people will say. Some people will say, show less background at the bottom, and others will say, no, I like that background. So I don't know.
Some will
I
also
like the
say,
background.
fix it from being pseudo, and that's coming right up.
I think the background helps.
Well, it definitely gives it some depth. Lee, would you consider cropping a bit off of the left to make this less wide of an image? The
Yes.
two
What
flowers on the
size is
left
it
you could
right now?
potentially crop out.
What size is it now? Is it that max left right size?
It's what is the size? I think it's like a 16:9 ratio. Let me see if I can get that information.
$1080 by what?
3840. So it's an HD
3840?
formatted 1920 by 1080 rectangular. You could crop it, maybe go like do a 3:2 aspect ratio, something like that.
Mhm.
I feel that
If
might
I'm going to show it on a TV, wouldn't I want to have it the other way, not have stuff around it on a TV?
Well, that's your call. If
Yeah.
you want to fill the screen, you can crop it that way. Or if you want to put some borders on the left and right, you could do that too.
Borders might be nice, but I like the crop.
And how do we feel about that bottom area? I'm fine with it.
I think
Well,
I'd crop the bottom a little bit. It seems to be my vision is drawn to the middle green part there.
okay. There is no perfect image for everybody.
No.
Certainly not mine.
That's why we have so much to talk about, Lee. That's why we always go over our meeting times. Everyone sees it a little differently. Thanks, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Phyllis, coming up next is Lighted Pathway 1.
This is another one from Astrolumina, and they have this zigzag path that goes up really a very steep hill. And this was just one of the straight ones. The switchback is at the very end, and I just came around one. So it's very, very steep. And I didn't know how it would work with the Beam Pro, since it was really kind of a distant shot. And they had let off some more fog, which gives it that really nice eerie feeling. That I really like the light fixtures in the foreground that lighted the path. This one shows several of the other stations that were there. They're just shown at a distance, so you can't really see them too much.
Lovely color.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Monet painting.
Those
It
lights
does
remind
kind
me
of
of,
look like a painting.
I'm reminded of fireflies by those light fixtures.
It inspired me to go buy some of those lights to put in my yard.
Well, I'm really impressed with the nighttime photography, stereo photography made with the X-Real Beam Pro that we're seeing tonight. I haven't had as successful results as these myself.
This was really my first time using it at night, and I was really pleased. My best pictures are still on the other camera that I haven't taken them off yet, so we may be seeing more.
Well, if you want to post something to our groups IO discussion group, maybe you can get some ideas from this group of people. There's got to be a way. Thanks, Phyllis.
Thank you.
All right, this is my last oh no, one by Melinda. I'm sorry. The title is 2.
Yeah, so I was doing some experiments with motion blur, while practicing to hold it perfectly steady. I also wondered if I could use the motion blur and keep a subject in more or less focus while blurring the background. So I started practicing with taking snaps of cyclists as they go by, and I just pivoted to try to stay locked on the cyclist, and this was my most successful, especially because he sort of saw me coming and made this pose. I think he was trying to throw a peace sign, although he ended up with, it looks like, the number 2 to me. But should have used his other hand, I guess. But yeah, that was fun, and you can see the bridge is quite blurred in the background. And most interesting to me is the ground. You can, if you look carefully, you'll see there's a sort of a semicircular arc, which is because of my pivoting around center rather than sort of tracking along with him. I'm turning the camera, so it made it look like he's like riding in a circle around me or something like that. That was a surprise.
I'm impressed by the spokes in the wheels.
Yeah, that's fun too. The even though the spokes are all moving at the same speed relative to the bicycle, the spokes closest to the ground are almost still, and the ones at the top of the wheel are moving the fastest. So you don't even see the spokes at the top. You see the ones at the bottom.
So did you say you stood still for this? You didn't move the camera?
I am moving the camera. I'm pivoting almost purely around my center. I don't know if it's the best way to do it, but just more experiments.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think that works. I mean, that is the technique, and it's pretty impressive that the Beam Pro can handle it.
Well, he's definitely not sharp. But maybe that's just something I need to practice. I don't know.
I think if you keep practicing this technique, you'll get some with the sharpness that you're looking for. Does anyone know the fastest shutter speed of the X-Real Beam Pro? I don't think the shutter speed is particularly fast.
I mean, it's fine in full light, but as it starts to get dark, then it's definitely tricky. But you have a tripod, right? Have you tried it on a tripod at night?
I haven't tried it on a tripod. I've been dragging a monopod around with me, so I'll try it with that. I think that'll help a lot.
Or a monopod. I'm sure that helps a lot.
I think the X-Real Beam Pro, when the light gets low, instead of increasing the sensitivity, the ISO, it decreases the shutter speed, which is we don't necessarily want as stereo photographers. And it would be great if, like the LoomPad 2, I think someone's looked into creating a custom camera app with manual controls for the X-Real Beam Pro, but I know, as I recall, it would be quite a hack to pull that off for this camera. I don't think the manufacturer has an API or anything like that.
No, in fact, I think it's all pretty much closed.
Yeah.
So there's no API. I mean, maybe people could reverse engineer it, but yeah, I think
that's what it would do.
They're being closed about that.
So I think we just have to keep experimenting with our Beam Pros. Find that sweet spot. Thank you, Melinda.
Sure, thank you.
This next one is mine. Yerba Buena Center for the Arts. I photographed this at the entrance to Yerba Buena Center for the Arts. Used my twin Sonys, and I liked the contrast between that white wall and the shadows. I actually brought the shadows down a bit in order to kind of emphasize that contrast. And it was just so unusual, whatever's happening here with that red table, the red hat, and then this person walking their dog through the scene, surrounded by this public art. I thought it was an interesting subject. And it took me a while to find a crop that I thought worked with this. I had cropped it in much tighter originally, but it sort of lost some context. I think it really needs that abstract that sculpture there on the left.
Well, you certainly get more dynamic range with the dark parts on the left.
And I could bring those up, but I kind of like the...
No, it's good.
Oh, I'm glad you agree.
You might crop a little bit off the right, just in that shadow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's your shadow.
I think I could probably crop in maybe like 5 or 10% of this whole thing and really show his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I worked with this one for a while. I'm still not completely satisfied with it, but
it's nice that he walked right out into the sun for his face.
Yeah, and I like the shadows of that.
It's good timing.
Thing sort of falling across his body sort of ties him into it. An unusual shot. Thank you very much. Let's hear from Herb. Oh no, I'm sorry. Boy, I'm missing things tonight. I don't know what's going on with me. This is by Brian. And the title is Travel Air Biplane.
Yeah, this is another one that I took. This is an iPhone, what they call a spatial photo, which is their word for 3D. And again, because it's I was able to shoot it close up, I was able to actually get reasonable 3D out. And this is directly out of the phone itself. And I would probably crop it different if I had a chance, but to do that, you basically have to separate it out in Photoshop or something like it, and then bring it into like Stereo Photo Maker. But I'm going to play around with this more. You may be able to get more 3D effect with things a little bit further away. You can't always get as close as I am. That's about, maybe not even 2 feet away.
Brian, what's the resolution of the images when you extract them from the phone? Or is that something you have control over?
No, well, yes and no. You do have some control depending on how you have your phone camera set up. I usually use my phone in RAW, and that creates a really huge file. It's like 40 megabytes. But when you're doing 3D, it limits your resolution. It's probably around the same as ultra high def in video, which is 2160 by 4096 or something like that per eye. And the phone lenses and the phone sensors actually are 2 different resolutions. The wide angle lens and the normal lens on my iPhone, which is a 16 Pro Max, are both 43 megapixel. But the telephoto lens, which it doesn't use, is only 12 megapixels tops. So it's using the most resolution you can get, but how it actually decrypts the image and what it does with it, I haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, I would imagine since one lens is wider than the other, it must do some adjustment.
Yeah, it's only using part of the sensor to make it the same as, both the left and the right eye.
Very
interesting. So it's not full resolution. I would say it's probably 15 to 20 megapixels per eye, roughly. But the pictures seem pretty sharp, but I'm not sure what type of post-processing it's doing.
It's got good detail and, good depth in your composition here. One last question, Brian. Do you have a Vision Pro? Can you view these in stereo in a Vision Pro?
Yes, I do have a Vision Pro, and the other software I was saying that Apple has is part of the Vision Pro software package. So you can take these spatial photos directly into Vision Pro and see them in a really amazing stereo. And you can supposedly export them, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet, and that may not be for real. If you take them into Vision Pro, they look amazing, and I'm able to import my 3D photos into Vision Pro by playing with them, and you can basically look at them in 8K, which is awesome.
Wow. Well, thanks for sharing this technique, Brian. This is all new to me. I had no idea. It's like you're carrying your own X-Real Beam Pro in your iPhone. All right. As I promised, here is Herb's conversion. This is porch swing.
Okay, so the prompt here was color photograph of two cats sitting on a porch swing, admiring the beautiful weather. And actually, I guess I'll mention, there's a link. Everything I talk about is there's links in the book. This was one of the images that I used for my calendar, which I basically printed 50, and they just went like that. So I don't have any more, but the actual calendar is online as a PDF. So if you want to print out a calendar, you can find the link to the PDF in the book.
Are the photos on the calendar in stereo?
No, they're not.
All right.
Because, basically most people, when they put a calendar on their fridge, they're not really, looking for 3D. They're really looking for nice pictures. So,
what's Jay got there? Jay, looks like he's got one of Herb's calendars.
mm-hmm.
Awesome. And there they are. Well, I'm glad they went fast, Herb, because they don't last. They go stale pretty fast, calendars. It sounds like you were the holiday hero this year with those calendars. Well, I will say the 3D conversion did a great job on the fur of these cats.
Yeah,
It's interesting. It doesn't understand the space in the chain. The top of the chain. Does it look like the holes of the chain are the same distance as the actual chain?
I can't tell on my Loom pad. Are you saying they're too vertical, that they should be converging?
No, I'm saying that it looks like it's a soap bubble film at the top of the chain.
Yeah, the background light has been
Yeah.
moved
I
into the chain
see.
itself.
I see.
oh
It doesn't realize
Yeah.
its background.
I see what you're saying. It's the 3D conversion sort of
yeah.
blended them, common air. Yeah.
And Harold would spend hours fixing that, but
Well, you don't have to for us. We get it, Herb. Very nice. Thank you. Coming up next by Roberto is Morning Ritual.
Well, yes, this was another part of the photo walk in October, and this was really early in the morning. This was about 6 a.m. and it was like a 7 a.m. And this guy was doing some movement with this smoky stuff that they use. Well, our ancestors used to make some rituals, and he was moving the smoke. Maybe sometimes it was a little slow. Well, it was a little thin, so it doesn't look a lot, but at the moment I took this one, I really like the contrast with his face, and with the light behind him, it was the sun was rising, so I like the composition of this photo. Actually, using the QX1 with a 30 millimeters 1.4 use helped me to bring some shadows from the shadows from the dark, and also keep the balance, the wide range of the colors of the gray, the background, the brights and the shadows together, because it was really contrasty.
Is that jacket really made of lights?
No, those are reflective materials. Like, I don't remember the name in English.
Sequence.
Like a
Sequence.
okay.
Yes, but those
Very
are not
effective.
lights.
The smoke is awesome.
Yeah, you've got
Yes, I really like.
great light on that smoke. If the sun were in another position, the smoke would be less visible. It wouldn't be as opaque as it is here.
Yes, actually, the building, it was a little bit darker, so it made a contrast with the smoke, and it popped it up a little bit. But it wasn't. If the sun was a little bit higher, it was a little bit harsh with the. You couldn't see the smoke that could pop up.
Well, thank you, Roberto. We have one more photo in tonight's slideshow. It's by Oleg. And the title is "We Have Diesel on San Pablo Boulevard."
Yeah, that's
Right.
I like. You can walk along San Pablo Boulevard, and there's so many businesses that have colorful outsides. And this is just one of them.
You kind of need the free coffee if you're spending that kind of price on gas.
That must be expensive California gas.
Yeah.
And
Washington's-
probably pretty cheap coffee.
I don't know if you can see something on the trees on the right, with the left and the right pictures. I see like a popping bright and shadows, like doesn't match. I don't know if it's only me.
No, there's a difference. It looks like Oleg like brightens the trees or something in one image more than the other.
Yeah, I did that. But with my eyesight, I can't really tell the difference.
I can't really see it on my loom pad, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, when in doubt, I suggest just leaving things alone. It might not be as problematic as you think at the time.
Well, really nice depth in this too. You've got all the depth seems to be in these signs, these different layers that go back. And that's the Club Mallard, of course. Thank you, Oleg. All right. Thank you, everyone. We're not done yet, so don't go anywhere. I appreciate everyone sticking with the time limit. I'd like us, if you can, please participate in the poll. You can do it on your computer, on your tablet, or phone. I'm going to go through the slideshow fairly quickly, and I'll say the titles and the names. You can make your selections now or after I go through this. Let's just do it. Oh, actually, there's one that we missed. Bob, Happy New Year. I started with this because I thought it would be appropriate, given this is our first meeting of 2026. I don't know if you have any brief comments you'd like to make about it. I do feel it speaks for itself.
Yeah, I think so. This is our boy Cosmo welcoming the new year.
Making the Y.
Yeah.
And the title is Happy New Year 2026.
Yeah.
And then moving on from J, we have SF Town Hall. Autumn Waterfall by Lee. Astra Lumina 8 by Phyllis. Blue Hour Vanishing Point by Melinda. Bike Rack Arrangement by Matt. Barcelona Toys by Brian. Cat Walking at Seashore by Herb. Autumn Saturday by Roberto. Lichen, I Guess by Ed. Fallen Leaves Among Main Gate Drive by Oleg. Tow Truck Jesus by Bob. Mirror by Jay. This isn't intended to be pseudo. Just imagine it the other way. Flowers at North Window by Lee. Astra Lumina 10 by Phyllis. Susie Cakes by Melinda. Bike Rack Crawl Through by Matt. F-18 Camarillo by Brian. Hiding in Christmas Tree by Herb. Balloon Lady by Roberto. Pedestrian Crossing of San Pablo Boulevard by Oleg. Koala Ken by Bob. Thinking by Jay. Slinky by Lee. Astra Lumina Prophecy by Phyllis. Robin by Melinda. SMU by Matt. Porsche 962 by Brian. Photorealistic Great Wall by Herb. Kiss by Roberto. Taylor Swift Pop-Up Book with Border by Oleg. UFOs Revealed by Bob. Time Machine by Jay. Wild Flocks by Lee. Lighted Pathway 1 by Phyllis. 2 by Melinda. Yerba Buena Center for the Arts by Matt. Travel Air Biplane by Brian. Porch Swing by Herb. Morning Ritual by Roberto. And We Have Diesel on San Pablo Boulevard by Oleg. Here again is the link to the poll. You can also use that QR code with your phone or tablet. I'll give everyone a few minutes to make their selections before I show the results. While you're making your selections, I have a few announcements to make. Our next meeting is next week, and that is Tuesday, January 13th. Now, I kind of dropped the ball. I meant to send out a poll for our special subject challenge 2026 list, but I was just kind of preoccupied during the holidays. So I will suggest that for next week we do a double open in January, which traditionally we have done. So next week will be another open division, anything goes. And I should be able to do it by tomorrow, send out a poll so that we can discuss the special subjects at our next meeting. I just don't think we have enough time tonight to really get into it. So our next meeting is next week. We'll have another open division, and we will finalize our special subjects for the year. Does anyone need more time making their selections? Looks like we're okay. Well, let me stop sharing here.
I have a question. I
Yes.
just got from seeing the new Avatar movie just before I came to the meeting. How many others have seen it, and what did you think?
I've seen it. It was not as bright as I would like because of the theater that I was in.
It looked awesome in the theater I was in. It was very bright. So I'm sure that does make a difference.
I saw it.
I thought the
Oh,
3D
go ahead,
was
Phyllis.
It was just perfect.
I saw it with Tor Clippert, who's not here tonight. We saw it at the Grand Lake Theater in Oakland, which claims to have, they probably do have the best 3D projection in the East Bay. They have a dual projector setup, so very bright, very sharp. They do not have the best seats in the East Bay, so that 3-hour movie was pretty tough on my lower back, but highly recommended.
I had lounge seats, and they actually vibrated with the sound. It was
Oh yeah, that's the only way to do it.
It was an amazing experience.
We wanted to see the 4DX screening, which has chairs that move with smoke and water and aromas and all that. completely sold out. Couldn't make it.
There were 7 people in the audience.
Oh.
So there, I had the best seats, you know, just walked in and got the best seats in the house. There were only 7 people there. It was amazing.
What day of the week did you see it?
Today.
Today, you just saw it today. Wow.
Yeah. I was amazed that, well, kids are back in school. That's why I was waiting for that to happen. But there were only 7 people, and they had this, you know, it's pretty amazing that they can run these shows with 7 people.
Well, Tor, who works in movie theaters, will tell you they often run movies for nobody. The projectors are set up to run the movie whether anyone's there or not. So there are plenty of invisible audiences for some of these films. Yes, great movie, fantastic 3D. I also recommend it. Let's take a look at our results. Let's see, get that out of the way. Here we go. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, I'm sorry, you won't see these results. But if you're on our Zoom, we will see that Melinda's Blue Hour Vanishing, we'll call that first place with 4 votes. Well done. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you do with that Beam Pro. We'll call Phyllis's Astra Lumina 8 and Roberto's Autumn Sunday a tie for second. And Melinda and I will tie for third with Susie Cakes. And thank you for voting for Bike Rack Crawl Through. Still working on the rank choice. I thought I would have that done too, but as I said, life intervenes sometimes.
Now for the special subjects, are we going to use the straw poll with the rank choice and randomized?
We can certainly do that. Yeah. I have a list of suggested subjects that I've collected over the last year in my notes, and as well as some common subjects and some ones that I'd like to see us do. We'll do it as a ranked choice on straw poll. I'll randomize them, and I think that'll work better because we'll all have more time to kind of consider them and spend more time ranking maybe all of them.
I have a question for Jay. Can he tell us again the name of the $60 camera that's fisheye?
Yeah, Kodak. I'll put a link in the chat.
Yeah, that'd be great. And you bought that on eBay, Jay?
I think he said Amazon. Could be wrong.
eBay.
Okay.
I see Best Buy has it listed for $60.
Oh, good.
Looks like you have a few options.
What's the name of it?
It's the Pix Pro SP360. And I see Jay is hard at work getting a link for the chat. There it is.
So this is the dual pack, and it comes with a bunch of accessories. A lot of the other listings are just for a single. So one very important thing, the app is like 8 years old. It's buggy. It doesn't work. It comes with this. So you've got a remote control. Shutter button, you could change modes. So you don't need the app and it's more reliable. So yeah, that eBay listing is just like the best deal by far.
And this dual pro pack, can these cameras be synchronized? I know that's not what you did.
This gives a decent sync.
Okay, it does.
I haven't measured it. I haven't seen anybody who has, but supposedly it's good enough. Or if you're shooting movies, you like do a clap and use sound to sync.
Sure. And it does take. Oh, go ahead. Say that again, Phyllis.
$175 on Amazon.
Ooh.
It seems like the prices are all over. Best Buy's got it for $60, and this listing that Jay has shown us is 2 for $58.
Important 2 with the action pack.
Action pack.
Yeah.
That you need that accessory bundle.
I'm kind of nervous that I've told too many people about this.
We'll keep your secret. And Jay,
Good
this
night,
does take
folks. I'm
stills
going to
too.
take off.
All right, Herb. We'll see you next week. Thanks for sharing.
Matt, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You were talking about taking images off your very tiny Sony cameras, right? Which I also have a pair. I understand there's about 3 different ways you can take the images off. With a card, maybe with well, tell me. HTML, I think, is one.
Well, I think and Roberto, you might have some feedback also. I take out the tiny little card out of this tiny camera, and I put it in a SD card adapter into my PC, and that's how I get my images off. As I said, the cards are very teeny tiny. So you don't want to drop it and lose it. I think you can also plug a cable, USB cable into the camera, into the computer, and transfer it that way. And those are the 2 ways I know. Roberto, you use a pair of RXOs. Is there like a wireless way to get images off? Do you know?
Yes, you can use the Sony app that you can download the images and you can define the resolution of the download. It does it automatically, or you can decide after the shot which one do you want to download. Because if you every time you take a shot, you download the picture in the phone, it takes a lot of time. So it's lower the pace of the take of the shot. So sometimes you have, okay, I only need to preview the image and later I will download it to the phone. But I rather take the SD card out of the camera.
You might be able to run an Android emulator on your PC, so you could use the app on your PC.
Actually, there's an app for a desktop, so you can use. Also, you can tether but I don't have the module that you can tether automatically all the information via an Ethernet cable, but it's a little bit expensive, the set.
I think also you can take it out by HTML. I'm not sure about that.
It's with the set. Let me check here. Even you can use the RXO. Here it is. This is the module where it is here. This is do you need this one to use an HTML address to download the image but it's this set is not, it doesn't include the cable, so it's useless. You need the cable to connect via micro No, multi-link to multi-link, and this set doesn't include that cable, so this module is useless. And this is a really expensive one, so I cannot afford it.
Okay, thanks for the information.
Sure.
Yeah, I do it the simplest way possibly, but I do worry about losing those cards. I only take them out at home.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Does anyone have anything else any other items for discussion before we call the meeting? Looks like we've lost a few people. I get that. Well, thank you all. 41 images, that's some kind of record. I do see some changes for 2026. We talked about the image resolution, talked about the image dimensions. If we keep having these 40 image slideshows, which is a good thing, we might need to make some changes just to make sure that everyone is heard, because I don't want us to have to rush through the photos all the time. But we'll see. We'll see how things go for the rest of the year. I'm looking forward to a productive 2026. I think we're going to see a lot of great Beam Pro photos. Looking forward to those. And thanks for sticking around, guys. We'll see you next week.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Happy New Year.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Goodbye.